Welcome to the Hot Wheels Addiction channel. I'm Driftflex. Let's get right into it. Was doing some hunting the other day and ran into this little gem of a casting. And I know it's not a brand new release. It's actually 2024 K case. So I was not shocked to run into it. It is kind of early in the year, but I thought these things would just fly off the pegs, you know? Kind of a cool car, in my opinion. And I was at the local grocery store, that one, and they had like 20 of these. And originally, I was just gonna pass it up. I have one in package, stashed away. I don't need every car open. And something about it just, I don't know, I couldn't pass it up. I couldn't put my finger on it until it dawned on me. This isn't the car I'm used to seeing. This car is different. What I'm used to seeing is this. This is the 2011 release made by June and Mai. And obviously this one isn't the 2011 release. This is the 2017, 2018 release. I don't have the 2011 open, but I do have this open, so I figured I'd bust this out and we can talk about it. And I knew that this casting got retooled, but I never really took the time to look at it, appreciate it, or even check out to see what was done with it. So I thought a lot of these castings, not just this one, but a lot of these castings get updated all the time, and we usually don't notice that they did. Or you notice and you're like, whatever, it's okay. You know, with the busy hustle and bustle of hunting, you just kind of put it in your cart, you move on to the next one, and you just keep going. But you never really take the time to appreciate what was done. And saying that, I'd like to dedicate a new segment to some of these forgotten changes that were made, and maybe we can find what the differences are between, you know, this and that, and maybe even a premium if I have one. And eventually, you know, we can critique them and decide whether the changes were good or bad. So I figured we're gonna name this segment Now and Then, instead of Then and Now. Now and Then, because right now we got this, but back then it was this. So let's not waste any more time. This is going to be episode 1. Now and Then. Let's compare and contrast. I went ahead and I put some gloves on. That way we don't have to look at my hands, and we can concentrate on the castings that we have in front of us, right? And I happen to also have a premium of the Now, but we're not here to, you know, compare premium to basic, basically. We're here to compare the 2011 version to the 2022 version. Let's go ahead and zoom in as the first things first. That way we can see clearly. And we're going to examine the 2011 version made by June. This is not the 2011 version, this is the 2018 release, but it's the same. You know, for $1, I feel like we get a decent amount. Side tempos, taillights, lots of detail under the car. Good wheels, I think they match. Clean casting overall. I mean, I fell in love when it came out originally. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 2022 Liberty Walk retooled version. Right away I see a lot of little differences besides like the main big ones. Pretty good. I mean, a pretty good execution. 2022 by Rio Osada. Okay, now that we've looked at the current casting, and this one's not discontinued, this one's still being, in production, but I feel like this one's just kind of taken over. They've been pushing this one a lot on everything, premium and basic. So as the first things first, the thing that I notice, the over fenders are different. So if you look, these are way more aggressive on the new one. I mean, one of the obvious things is the wheels are much smaller, and I believe these just recently came out, the smaller ones. No front corner lens or rear corner lens been taken out. Door handle, everything's still there. Well, big changes in the front. Obviously, they got rid of the dual headlights and put in tilted singles, and added a power steering or transcooler up front, which is kind of cool. Looks like the lip's still the same between the two. And no changes on the hoods. Okay. What do we got here? Any differences? Okay, I see some. So they extended the body on the new one to go all the way around. And the base acts as a rear bumper. This one doesn't have a rear bumper. It looks like the exhaust got a little bit bigger. That's about it. Oh, big changes, big changes, big changes. Okay, clearly, I don't even gotta really point too much out. But they did get rid of the rear bumper on the Liberty Walk one. I don't know if I like that. The spoilers are a little different. So this one's a little taller. I feel like a little more aggressive. This one's a little more tame. Obviously the wheels, we already saw that. Looks like the new one sits lower than the older one. That's cool. It's cool, I like that. The lower the better. Overall, I dig all of it. I dig all the new changes, except for the rear. I don't know if I'm digging the rear, but everything else kind of flows. It works. So, saying that, like I said, we do have a premium. And the one thing that's fixed on the premium is they got taillights and obviously a license plate, but that's not important. Premium's nice. There's not much different about it. Rubber tires, a little more details, a little more paint. Pretty good. Pretty good. Overall, pretty solid. Do I agree with the changes that were made? I think I do, for the most part. If maybe the rear was a little different, more closer to this, I'm sure they just, didn't want to do an extra tampo, because they did, front and both sides. They usually do 3, so there you go. Compare and contrast, episode 1. If you're still here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, help me out.